welcome to the first episode of Point Blank for the 25-26 school year. We are so glad to have you back as we plan on having some really exciting things planned for this school year. On the show today is Nick Allen, me, Kenan Hurst, and Audrey Jerzik. We have some exciting things to talk about, so let's get right into our first topic. 14-time Grammy winner Taylor Swift and 3-time Super Bowl champion Travis Kelce has just announced their engagement. Now, Nick, is this true love or just a celebrity fluke? What is it?
I mean, I would hope so with as many boyfriends as she has. What is his boyfriend number 12
Gotta be,
for?
man. 14.
12 or 13? I would hope so after 12, 13 boyfriends.
Now, let me ask you this though, Nick. Do you think it's affecting Travis Kelce's play on the field? Because the Chiefs are off to a pretty bad start, what they're normally used to. So what's going on with that?
I've seen Travis Kelce drop way too many passes this season. So I think he's focused obviously on this marriage a little too much more than he should be on football. So I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah, I think to go back to your point, if this is true love or not, I mean, Taylor Swift has been engaged before to her boyfriend of 6 years, Joe Alwyn, and I know that there was a huge heartbreak after that. So I think it'll be really interesting to see. I know getting engaged for a second time, that's a big step to take. So hopefully, things can work out for her this next time, for the both of them. I mean, two huge fan bases there. Hopefully we don't have any feuds going on soon, but who knows?
Totally will be.
Kevin, how do you feel about it?
I'm not a Taylor Swift girl at all, and I wish I could be. I really do.
That's
but
so rare to say.
What?
That's so rare to say. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I haven't seen a lot of people say
okay.
that.
No, I do not like her. But I mean, I just am also a sports girl, and I didn't like her at the Super Bowl and all of that, so I will bring that up.
so if you didn't like her, what was your initial reaction when you saw the post?
I don't follow Taylor Swift on Instagram.
Okay, but when you did see it, what was your initial reaction?
I mean, I feel like we all knew it was going to come. I
Yeah.
think that he would have proposed to her on the field if they would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think that whole plan went off the rails when they lost.
I think if they would have won the Super Bowl, I think they would have.
100%.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Think about that moment, like
story,
yeah.
like a fairy tale, right?
Think about the confetti coming down, and he's
Oh my
proposing on
gosh.
one knee.
I'll tell you one thing, I would have had a fit. I promise you, I would have had a fit. Now,
crazy.
speaking of Taylor being a distraction, now, I know that you guys went on Instagram and saw she was hiding behind kind of a black box or a black box or a black screen. What was that about? What do you guys think?
Supposedly she's had like death threats to her DMs and stuff,
Oh.
but like I think that's just a little dramatic. Like, don't go if you're that scared. You don't need to go. If you have to hide behind a bulletproof box, there's no reason for you to be there.
I'm sorry, I think Taylor Swift is a little too overdramatic here. I think she's just an overdramatic person in general, but I think this one's just taking it to the next level.
I feel like she has been known to do these kind of like outlandish, maybe not outlandish, but these secret things of like, even when she has shows, she'll get snuck into her venue in a box or like a suitcase. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is like just kind of her thing because she does have a really large following, especially involving all of these football fans now who, might feel a little bit back and forth about her. So I'm not too shocked that she did that, but I feel like it can seem now as being almost a little bit more attention seeking than trying to hide from whatever threats she might be receiving.
Now, also the main thing about this also is that she's also had a lot of hate every time she showed up to a Chiefs game, right? Either home or away. Now, she's taking these drastic measures. Do you guys think that this can lead to her stopping to go to the games? Or?
I hope so. I think it's so overdramatic, and like, if you're going to an NFL game, you know how much security there is there?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a little much. Like, maybe don't go. Maybe go to like one here and there. Like, I don't know.
I feel like people are already mad at her for taking attention away from the sport, and that's exactly what this is doing again, because maybe instead of talking about the game, they're talking about her entrance to the game rather than what the main focus should really be.
Well, think about it. If she was showing up this much and if they were dating and she was showing up this much for games, she's gonna be showing up to practices. She's gonna be showing up to summer OTAs.
And when they have kids,
Just
it's
imagine.
gonna get worse.
Oh,
They're gonna have
yeah.
the whole little sideline
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
1 minute in the Super Bowl is gonna turn into like 5 minutes on screen. Taylor Swift's gonna be
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's true.
I mean, let's talk about that too. Do you guys think that this will lead to having kids with them?
I don't know.
I mean, I think if they continue down the path they're going and get married,
I was gonna say,
if
I
that's
see
what
them
they
get married
want.
first.
Well, they're
I
both
feel
35,
like-
so I mean.
Yeah, in the Kelsey family, I mean, Travis's brother has kids, so who
Yeah.
knows? I mean, I don't know if Taylor's ever talked about that online, if she wants to have kids eventually, but I feel like Travis grew up in a very family-oriented environment, so who knows? I think it'll be really interesting to follow now.
Now, Nick, you're a big sports fan too, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pick your brain about this a little bit.
Okay.
The way Travis Kelce is performing right now,
Yeah.
where do you rank him among tight ends in the league right now?
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, like I said, he's struggling a lot. I would say definitely top 10. Now,
Okay.
top 5 is pushing it. You got guys like Brock Bowers, Sam Laporta, some of the top guys in the league. But Travis Kelce at one point for a span of 5, 6, 7 years before Taylor Swift was the best tight end in football,
He was that guy.
undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And now ever since Taylor Swift, he's dropping balls, like I said. He's looking a lot slower than he was. And I don't know if that's age, or I don't know if that's Taylor Swift, but he's definitely top 10. But just because maybe the namesake alone, but I don't know. Soon he might fall out of that top 10. He keeps on performing the way he is right now.
Kim, you're a big football fan as well. What do you think?
Not that big on football.
Not a big on football.
I mean, I know that he's been like really good, but like from the past, like if you watch that Super Bowl, I think we can all agree like it's definitely declining. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like obsessed with him. I think Jason Kelce would be, if I were to pick between them two, I like Jason better.
Do you guys
as a
listen to the
person.
podcast at all? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I do.
Are with the episode with Taylor Swift?
Just
Yeah.
in general.
Or just in general?
Just in
No,
general.
I watched some of the clips when Taylor was on, and I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure out what their dynamic is
Yeah.
because, I mean, just looking at them, I feel like Taylor kind of has this persona of, you know, being a little bit like grandma-esque. She likes to knit,
Yeah.
she has her cats, and then
Yeah.
you have this like diehard football player who seems to be just like a little kid at heart. So I'm still trying to figure out what their whole dynamic is here.
Now, Jim, ask you the question now. The same thing I asked Nick. Where do you rank Taylor Swift in top 10 female artists right now? Where do you rank her?
I mean, personally, she wouldn't be high on my ranking for artists that I listen to. I definitely like her older stuff, her country stuff. I grew up listening to that on my little CD player. But I think now, judging by her fan base, I mean, I don't know how many female solo artists are billionaires because of what they've done just within music. So I will say, looking at her fan base and everything she's accomplished in her career, she definitely is like, I don't really think she has a lot of competition.
I think her and Beyonce are probably the two biggest female artists in the last 20 years. And I think the last 10 years, I'm taking Taylor Swift, best female artist in the last 10 years. And then Ariana Grande number 2, but that's besides the point.
All right. Well, we got to go commercial right now, so don't go anywhere because Point Blank will be right back.
Olivia was a free-spirited, very sensitive little girl. She became ill. They revealed a mass on her brainstem. She herniated on the brain and died. Immediately, I started thinking about organ donation.
Her daughter is alive through my son, so that's keeping love
I
alive.
can feel your heart beating. Oh my goodness. This little boy is running, playing because of my little girl, and I'm so grateful for that.
For more information on pediatric organ donation, go to lanethomas.org.
For each life moment, your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. Your kids may be eligible now, even if you've applied before. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Get started now at insurekidsnow.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
And welcome back. And speaking of welcoming back, it looks like Drake is set to drop a new album this year called Iceman. It is expected to be released on October 31st, Point Blank. And guys, how do we feel about that? That Drake is dropping a new album in October after being very quiet after the feud with Kendrick Lamar. How do we feel about that?
This is album number 9. Album
Yeah.
number 9.
I think so.
The last, I want to say, now I don't know about you guys, but I like Drake. The last 2 or 3 albums have been a little disappointing, but his first 5, 6, if he can get back to that old Drake way where he's dropping albums like Scorpion, Nothing Was the Same,
That's true.
Take Care.
That's true.
I was about to say he needs to go back to just like I feel like once the beef is like fizzled out, his
Yeah.
music will get a lot better because I feel like it's all centered around that beef right now.
Yeah.
Well, has the beef actually sizzled out? Because we haven't heard anything from Drake. I mean, especially after Kendrick's halftime show.
I think from what I've heard online is that people are trying to say that the Iceman is almost like a call out, trying to say like the beef has gotten like a little bit cold now. I know that I've seen that it's referencing also Top Gun, a character who's named Iceman as well, but
I did see
I
that.
think, again, it's going to be another follow-up to go back at Kendrick once again, and it's like, I think everyone's kind of ready to wrap it up and just have them focus on their
Yeah.
music again.
I don't think this beef will ever end. You know what's crazy too?
What's crazy?
Is that these two were like good
I
friends
was about
back
to
in the
say,
day.
Yeah.
Like
J.
these,
Cole too.
yeah, J. Cole,
Yeah,
exactly. And
yeah,
these two,
yeah.
like Drake and J. Cole, like shadowed, or Kendrick Lamar was like shadowing these two,
Yeah.
and like he looked up to Drake, looked up to J. Cole, and now it's
he
like
had the chance to open for them at one
yeah,
point.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
He was like, Drake was putting him onto his albums, and then all of a sudden you see, kind of like when Kendrick got big, he kind of just went almost Hollywood
went
in a way.
Hollywood. I was gonna say, he
almost
went Hollywood on them.
and then just completely just went his own path, and then Drake and J. Cole stayed together, and Kendrick was just over here. You know what I mean? So I don't know, kind of a loyalty thing in my eyes, like a disloyalty, disloyal.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have debated if, like, being rappers and stuff, that a lot of times they are focusing on like things that are actually happening in life. So I feel like maybe it's a little bit of like a moral thing, like, and now they're both kind of breaking that loyalty that they had for one another. Do you guys think that this Iceman album could be a comeback kind of moment for Drake? I mean, I don't think any of these guys are suffering a huge dip in their like careers because of what's going on, but do you think he's maybe trying to like cover up the allegations that were made, or do you think this could be a moment where everyone's just like, all right, he's back?
No, it's Drake. I mean, it's the same dude. This is the same dude who has the song Energy. Same dude who had the song Back to Back at the Meek Mill diss them. Are you kidding me?
Ooh.
He does not forget anything. We're gonna see some diss tracks in that Iceman album. It might be a whole diss track.
Yeah.
Just knowing Drake and what he's about.
Well, I don't know if you guys listened to his most recent song, What Did I Miss? But there was,
Come on.
there were some disses out through there. And, well, first of all, Kendrick hasn't even responded since that song.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
Kendrick was also on the highest of the highs, Super Bowl.
I was about to
He's
say.
winning Grammys. He's dropping Not Like Us. He's winning, all these Grammys on that and stuff like that. So I feel like he's still on his pedestal, and then Drake is just trying to catch up almost. And hopefully this album.
Here's the thing. You have two rappers who is arguably both the best of our time, right? In all time. And they're both extremely petty.
Yeah.
And so you never know when they're gonna strike. And that's what makes this beef so unique. Because
Yeah.
this can go on
Forever.
forever.
I was about to say,
Seriously.
how long is this going to actually go on here?
Now, how do you feel about Kendrick's halftime performance? Obviously, that he did this Drake in that performance as well. Probably the most viral moment after that historic performance. So, what do you think about that?
A little too much. I think the part where he said minor, I think kind of got everybody on their toes, and everybody.
But that
He's
was
got
like,
the
that
necklace
was
on,
like
too.
a fire line. Like, you can't tell me that
Yeah.
line didn't get everybody like, oh my gosh.
How embarrassed would you be if you're Drake though? Like, and this guy's
okay.
coming at you at a Super Bowl with
well.
millions of people, the biggest sporting event in the world, and millions of people are watching.
Life's tough.
And the
Wear a helmet,
BBL,
like, I don't
calling him
know.
out about that too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's true.
as a guy, I feel like that's something even more like, I
mean, it
wouldn't want that to
definitely
be
hit- it
talked
definitely hit
about
his
either.
Ego, but like, I mean, Kendrick kind of like, he ate with that. Like, for lack of better words.
And wasn't Drake trying to sue after the Super Bowl because
Yeah.
they allowed him to
Yep.
perform
Yeah.
that as well, and they were
Yeah.
promoting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I almost
crazy
feel like
stuff.
Was he successful with that at all?
Probably not.
I never.
I don't
like,
think
I never,
anything's
like,
really
yeah.
gone on with it yet. I think he
Yeah, I was gonna
filed
say,
something, and
right.
I don't think the ball's gotten rolling
I
yet.
think we
but-
would have heard about it if it was successful. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
That's true.
definitely.
I feel like that's almost like Drake, like kind of like losing in a way. If he's filing for like defamation of character and stuff
Yeah.
like that, that's almost like him like
Admitting to
lo-
it.
yeah, admitting to losing in a sense, like,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like taking the L. It almost looks like I
I
don't
also
know,
feel
just
like you can't sue for defamation of character when you're doing the same thing right back. Like, I feel like it's
Yeah.
just gonna get so messy after that.
yeah, because he'll probably do the same thing back.
Yeah,
and
Kendrick's gonna flip it right back
accusations-
at him. Yeah.
exactly.
Do you guys think that it's fair game to talk about these big allegations? I know that I read online somewhere that Drake was saying that maybe Kendrick was given false information about the hidden child he was trying to pin on Drake. So do you guys think he took that too far? Like, he's saying something and maybe he doesn't even really know what he's talking about? And I feel like saying it in such a big public way, like, I don't know.
I think initially, like, it shouldn't have been started that deeply, but like, once one person goes at it, then yeah, it's fair game. Like, you can't be like one side or the other. Like, it's fair game at that point.
There are no rules in the
Yeah.
rap game.
Yeah,
This goes back to Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, this goes back to a lot of old school rappers.
Ja Rule had a bunch of beef with guys like DMX. I
Are
mean,
you kidding me?
Yeah.
Birdman, Lil Wayne, we can go on and on
Yeah.
and on. There's no rules in rap beef. Now, it's cruel. It's a cruel world,
Yeah.
right? But you got to have tough skin. You got to be ready to come back,
Yeah.
which is why I think knowing Drake, he will come back.
And we don't know stuff like behind closed doors. You know, like you don't know what stuff was said. Like they look like friends before, and then obviously there's beef comes about. So I don't know if Drake maybe shot at Kendrick in a way, and he feels offended. me personally, I wouldn't blast somebody like that. And I mean, that song, Not Like Us, has 1.6 billion streams just on Spotify alone. It's
crazy.
Just on Spotify
But tell me
alone.
this, if they're blasting you like that, you're not gonna blast back just as hard?
Oh, even harder.
Exactly,
Even
so
harder.
that's the point, yeah.
Yeah.
So despite like who you guys would maybe like more as an artist, I think most of us are like Team Drake, at least music-wise. Who do you guys think is winning their like rap battle right
I
now?
think after the Super Bowl,
Come
I
on.
think Kendrick's winning.
It's Kendrick.
Yeah,
It's
I
Kendrick.
love Drake so much more, but
But I don't want
Unfortunately,
to
I
say
agree.
the answer because Drake has an album coming out.
Yeah.
next
Exactly.
month. I
okay,
cannot
so it's
say that
indefinite
answer.
right now. It's indefinite.
The thing is, if he's waiting this long, right?
It's
a
gotta
year
be
and a half
good.
after,
Yeah.
10 months after the Super Bowl, a year and a half after this
He's been
initially came out,
cooking.
he's
Yeah,
been cooking.
he's
He's
gotta
been
be
in that
good.
studio. He's about to come out with some stuff that we've never even heard about.
Yeah.
And then Drake's gonna be next halftime performer, and he's gonna be saying
Yeah,
something
wait,
about Kendrick.
that would be so insane.
Imagine. Or Taylor Swift is that next halftime performer.
And we don't know who's a feature on this album. It could be J. Cole.
Yeah.
Someone that Kendrick has called
I
out.
was
yeah.
about to say.
Yeah.
You know, it
If I were him, I'd bring everybody Kendrick's called out and put them
Yeah.
all on that album right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, you just don't know.
And it was
You don't know.
And it was crazy at first because it was Drake and J. Cole versus Kendrick. And then it went from J. Cole dropped out of it after his 7-minute drill song. And now it's just literally Drake and Kendrick going back and forth. So,
Now, okay, let's go with this beef now because we did say that Kendrick Lamar looked up to Drake. Now, obviously, Kendrick had a historic career himself.
yeah.
Who's better overall, all time? Who's better?
It's
Kendrick or
not
Drake?
even a question.
It's not even close.
It's Drake.
It's Drake. Drake has 24
Drake.
songs on Spotify, right? With over 1 billion streams. Kendrick Lamar only has 11.
Yeah.
And like 5 of those are features. Kendrick Lamar is a feature artist.
Also-
Drake is a main solo artist.
Yeah, but think about the fact that if this beef hadn't happened, Kendrick would not be where he is.
Exactly.
He came up because of this beef.
Exactly.
Hold on now. We not gonna disrespect Kendrick like this now. Come
Okay.
on now.
Okay,
He was
but, like,
mainstream now. We not gonna go ahead and say that Drake made this man now. Come
Yeah.
on, what we
Okay,
doing?
but Drake is significantly.
Yeah, but Kendrick's last album was what, 2018?
That's true.
So I don't.
His
he-
last true album, yeah.
His last
Yeah.
true album was what, 2018. So Drake is the clear choice there.
Audrey, what you think?
I think music-wise, I definitely prefer Drake over Kendrick. I think their styles are a little bit different, but yeah.
And Drake just relates to more people. He's got songs like Tootsie Slide. He gets the party hyped, right?
He does,
Kendrick
yeah.
is just like that guy. He's just like a kind of just a flowy guy. Drake's upbeat, playing in the club songs. So
Well, we will find out as this album is set to release. Everyone don't go anywhere because Point Blank will be right back.
Olivia was a free-spirited, very sensitive little girl. She became ill, and they revealed a mass on her brainstem. She herniated on the brain and died. Immediately, I started thinking about organ donation.
Her daughter is alive through my son, so that's keeping love alive.
I can feel your heart beating. Oh my goodness. This little boy is running, playing because of my little girl, and I'm so grateful for that.
For more information on pediatric organ donation, go to lanethomas.org.
Olivia was a free-spirited, very sensitive little girl. She became ill, and they revealed a mass on her brainstem. She herniated on the brain and died. Immediately, I started thinking about organ donation.
Her daughter is alive through my son, so that's keeping love
I
alive.
can feel your heart beating. Oh my goodness. This little boy is running, playing because of my little girl, and I'm so grateful for that.
For more information on pediatric organ donation, go to lanethomas.org.
Had enough yet? Do facts no longer matter? Are lies to be encouraged instead of punished? This is not our inheritance. If truth no longer matters, we will not remain free for long. This is our generation's challenge, to defend our founders' hope that we the people could self-govern if we defend our right to get the facts. And right now, we're building the only defense of free people have, the facts, on every politician, every position they held, every statement they've made, every vote they've made, and any cash they've taken. It's the real history on those now pandering for your vote. There are hundreds of young people building our defense right now, and they need your help. We all have our passions, but as our ancestors knew, when events become so foul they threaten us all, we must stand and defend each other. Please, have our backs. Join us at votesmart.org.
And welcome back. President Donald Trump teased a potential change in deal with President Xi Jinping on Monday relating to the popular social media app TikTok. On Tuesday, he updated the American people, saying that the ban is now pushed back to December 16th. Guys, we are Generation Z. Do we need TikTok? Is TikTok helpful in our generation, or is it hurting us more than it's helping us? Audrey, what you think?
I know personally speaking, I go to TikTok more when I'm looking things up than I do Google. I know that might sound scary to some people.
That is crazy.
But
That
I
is
feel
crazy.
like they have the short form videos if I'm looking to cook something or a tutorial on something. It's really easy to go on there. I feel like a lot of people also have been able to connect with other people, say you have something that you've been through or, you know, something medical. A lot of people have been able to connect and really help one another. So I feel like it's really grown community, especially throughout our young generation. So I definitely think there's a lot of pros and cons to it, but I think for me, like, that's taken up the most of my screen time.
Wait, no, because that's so true. Because if I'm looking something up for like news or anything like that, like obviously I'm very skeptical of what I consume on TikTok. But like looking it up on Google and reading an article about something is so much harder to understand than just watching some girl like explain it on a TikTok. Like,
Okay, you're making
let's
me feel
be
like an
real.
old soul. Like I still look up all my news on
I'm
Google.
with you. I
Wait,
promise
you're
you,
reading
I'm
the
with you.
newspaper?
I'm reading the newspaper.
Come on
I'm
now.
looking at
You got
articles.
to.
Like, come on now. Like,
Come on.
I'm an Instagram guy too. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've used TikTok maybe 2 minutes of my
No,
life.
TikTok
But I
is
think it's
my
crazy.
top.
I was looking at numbers today. A third of the population in the United States are active TikTok users.
Yeah.
So that's like counting old people. This is
Yeah.
counting like
Yeah.
little
My grandma's
5,
on
6 year olds. 5, 6 years old. I was out playing basketball and football. Not on my phone.
Okay,
Like,
but
what's going
everything's
on?
changed.
I will
know,
say,
yeah.
I think now that I'm an adult, I feel like we learned those like hard and soft skills like growing up, but I feel like this younger generation, it's definitely taking them steps back. So I feel like now that we've been developed enough when this kind of came into the picture, it's a little bit different. But for these younger kids, I mean, the iPad kids and things like that, I mean, that drives me crazy. These kids can't read, they can't even have an attention span longer than like 5 to 10 seconds. So I think looking at it for the younger audience, it's definitely really concerning. But I think for us who have like, were able to, you know, grow a little bit more before it came in the picture, I think it's not as
I agree.
harmful.
I'm glad I didn't grow up with TikTok and
Yeah, me
Instagram
too.
because my childhood.
I
I
wasn't
don't know
allowed to
about
have
you.
social media at all until I was like a
Exactly.
freshman in high school, and
Yeah.
like I hated my parents for it, but like thank God,
Yeah.
like actually thank God.
She hated her parents for it.
Yeah, I feel like our childhoods would have definitely been
Yeah.
a lot more different for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I hung out with the kids in my neighborhood and stuff like
Exactly.
that, and that's like
Yeah.
what people
Yep.
should do.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
my little brother staying inside all day, you know,
Yeah.
playing video games. And at his age, man, I was outside, like you said, playing with friends and riding
Yeah.
bikes and all this stuff. It's
Drinking
a-
hose water with my homeboys, man. You know what I'm saying?
that's just some Florida stuff. I don't know what's going on, but that's some Miami stuff for you.
What do you think needs to change, right, for TikTok to actually become more productive for the younger generation? What do you guys think?
Well, I think at least the US's biggest concern is that national security. So I feel like if maybe someone in the United States could develop an app that we own, that way somewhere else isn't having access to basically all of our information and things like that. I think that's their biggest issue with the app right now. So I think that could probably be, you know, maybe the best change that could be made is just having our own version.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I do think that people are going to be really resistant to change on that. Like giving them a whole new app, like people are going to be like, oh well, all my stuff's here. Like all my stuff's on TikTok. I don't want to go transfer it to a new
Yeah.
app. Like people are going to be really resistant, but like I feel like the people that aren't on TikTok, it's because of the fact that we don't own it, and they're like, oh, they're taking all of our information right now.
Well, I feel like with the change in ownership from the Chinese over the United States, I feel like it is going to definitely make it a lot more productive. I feel like if, you know, because I feel like Trump obviously wants to keep TikTok, and he's going to definitely make it probably more productive for the younger kids and stuff like that. So hopefully we do see that.
But I also
That
don't
change.
think we need to make it productive for younger kids. Just keep the younger kids
Yeah.
off social media for a little
yeah.
bit. Like,
But I mean, how are we going to do that?
You know, we live in
Parent.
a world,
Parent?
like I don't know.
but we live in a world. I mean, look where we are, right?
Yeah, surrounded.
Big
Okay.
wall behind you. You know,
Surrounded.
we live in a world where social media is becoming the norm,
Yeah.
right? If you don't have it, you're considered an outcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the question remains, you know, we got to live with this, but how do we make it productive? I think that's the question that is going to start being asked to a lot of parents as well to a lot of teachers as well, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
guys see everything happening with ChatGPT, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
you know?
It's crazy.
So we're moving in a technological universe, right? To
Yeah.
where everything is technology based, right? So we have to find out a way how we can make this productive.
Yeah, imagine middle school, high school. You got ChatGPT, like all
Oh
these.
my
You
gosh.
got elementary kids with
Man.
access to ChatGPT. No,
You-
all the report cards should
They're
be straight
ChatGPTing
A's.
like 3+2. at
Yeah.
I
this
think
point
that it
right
really
now.
comes down to like parents and it being under their control. Like, I don't know about you guys, but how many times nowadays are you in public and you see a kid cry and what's the first thing they do? They stick a phone in their face with a video.
Yeah.
So I think starting it when they're literally like can't even walk yet and you're sticking a phone in their face, like you're already priming them to just have this further issue. So I think, yeah, definitely like it starts at home because, I mean, at school you kind of have to use technology. You're on the computer, they have certain software, but like, yeah, I think it's really all based in the home and how you're kind of parenting your kids.
Let me just say this, going back to the AI thing. If I had AI in middle school and high school, y'all would have seen me at Harvard.
Oh, I'm telling
Yeah, I
you.
was gonna say, I would've been
You know what? But then outside of that, you're dumb as a rock. You know what I mean?
But like, how do you, for like colleges and stuff like that, how do you even like measure, you got kids, even for essays.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're looking at, all these essays are the best in the world. They have to be.
Yeah.
And all these kids are getting 4.7 GPAs and 4.8s, the best ever. Like if
Yeah.
you're in college, you're like,
So,
I'm glad I wasn't in that era for sure.
so let me ask
We
you this
just missed
question.
it.
Let me ask you this question then. Could we see colleges like Harvard and all these things that's being used for AI, could we see that hurting the new generation? Because they're growing up in a generation with just AI, where it's everything is right there.
Yeah.
Could we start seeing jobs going down in production because people don't know what they're actually doing? They're just going on AI. Could we start seeing that? What do you guys think?
Oh, 100%. I think
1000%.
maybe not like the creative roles and stuff like that, because obviously AI can't do everything and make it sound good, but like the like tasks that nobody wants to do, like that's all gonna become AI.
I think a lot of people think like you can't just go into the workforce now with just one degree because they can just fill those jobs with AI. So I think it's important to, I don't know. I think it'll be really interesting to see how it develops. I mean, they have AI robots that are like fully functioning. So who knows what's going on in these like private companies and things like that. So
And think about like doctors, right? Okay.
They were ChatGPTing and now they're
Yeah,
gonna use surgery.
and then now they're gonna be
They are
working on
doing
my
brain
brains.
surgery.
They're gonna be working on our brains.
No, actually, though, that's
trusting them.
concerning.
That is
That's
scary.
That's
really
very
concerning.
concerning.
well, they have
Like, are we not
machines that
scared
they
here?
can also control. And do
But are we not scared here for like?
Listen. We
terrified.
could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, but that is going to do it for us for our first episode of the year. We thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy watching as much as we enjoy talking to you. Good night, everyone.